Ну, тут все понятно. Дальше мы переместились чудесным образом в подземные жопы подземок. И надо найти D'Angelo наконец-то. And that's the D'Angelo's agency. Looks like a dumb. Nah. Perfect to the clan of the hidden. Да, Носферату они такие. I thought he wasn't hidden. I thought he was missing, and to be honest, I can expect the worst. Why should we look for him in the most obvious place? I've been asking around and I got hunch. Just trust it and start looking. Fine. Who is D'Angelo anyway? He's a good man, a useful man, but it took me time to get used to him. He takes slurring very, very seriously. This thing is acting like an idiosyncratic, noisy detective. I heard it helps him cope with something, but I never felt comfortable tackling the subject. Щекоти щебячку. Doesn't sound too quirky, but the city standards. Wait, what is that? Носферату умеет управление животными, это одна из их основных обилок, это анимализм, так что... Now, that's being investigated and all about. Leave no stone unturned. Shut up, this is so gross. What have you found out? From what I see, he's just stretching out and like gritting his teeth without a care in the world. That's called bruxing. What? When a rat chatters his teeth, that's bruxing. He's not acting panicked or aggressive. So I guess he's just happy. I don't know, his eyes keep coming out of the sockets and going back. It looks disgusting, like he's in a lot of pain. So he's boggling. He must be really content. Откуда ты... У вас нет анимализма, ты ж... Блин, кто ты? Я уже забыл. Ой, я уже забыл, какого клана ты, дебил. То есть я знаю, какого он клана, но не помню название. This is weird, man. I have a feeling there's a kindred hiding nearby. Weird. My thoughts exactly. Анимализм. Хватит лизать аниме. And there it is. I'm just a corpse, leave me alone. Lucky for you, we're all corpses here, D'Angelo. You're among friends. Вот налижутся своего аниме, а потом пишут в твич-чаты. You know, a true friend would just bury me. Unlucky for you, I'm not that kind of friend. Lucky and lucky schmuck in my ass. How do you guess I was here? See, I've been asking around for the past few days, and I learned it was for a reason that can be best described as nebulous. You made up quite a few enemies since last year. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Давай, удачи. Хорошего всего. And one thing that caught my interest is how everyone has in good mood authority and your place was raided a few times without it being found yet. Nobody has assumed responsibility for these acts. Well, does this then anyways looks like it was just raided. Can't blame anyone for making an indicated assumption. I had a hunch this might be more than rumors, so it sure looks like an immediate coincidence that everyone hears something that makes them look other way, and coincidences are for fools. Well, you've got my number, you can see my ugly mug right in front of you, so no use playing dumb, I suppose. Agreed, you seriously spent all these weeks holed up in here? Is the hunger not getting to you? I've got a lot of critters around this area. And I've become chumps, so if the rats actually got addicted to the kiss, they come to me every night acting like coke hounds, begging for it. Been getting them drunk, so I get some rush of the thing on them. Feels like a bit like slaughtering a whole burnt piece of pizza and ketchup, but in this situation, I'll take what I can get, huh? You dig? So, who's the dame? Julia Savinsky, a detective investigating Baron Scalion's death. Woo-hee! So somebody has finally put the old man on ice. Whatever he did to the world, a huge favor. Absolutely, but I got orders to establish who what was, and I've been stumbling in the dark for the past few days. We need your help. I'll be damned. Your Slav skills might be really not on par with your begging a bomb for help. It's an unusual case. How so? It's extremely political. I ask you how it is unusual. Feels like the game was rigged against me from the start, like I'm just bumping around and achieving nothing like everyone loves behind my back. Jeez, you sound hopeless, kiddo. Haven't you ever read a Chandler book? That's how it always is, just do your best, endure an embarrassment and hope that you stumble on the answer by accident. God, what happened to you, Gianni? I've never seen you this slow before. Stress-related disorders causing a disruption of my routine is what I think a shrink would say. Happens when a lot of shadow folks are out to put a stake through your chest. Help us out, tell what you know, and we might be able to help you in return. Yeah, respect that is due, miss. But I think I'm going to be the other way around. I ain't telling the two of you shit, pardon my French, until I know I can count on some protection. Jenny? Don't you Jenny me, Quarter, I'll smile. I know your level, but I also know that your honor is none of the few things you care about. You want me to endanger myself, you put him on the line for me. And that's that. You have a promise to extend your protection to me, or the moment you step away from me, I'll sneak away into the sewers and the last time you'll ever see me. I know, he drives a hard bargain. Especially for someone whose sense of self-worth doesn't exactly appear to be sky-high at the moment. Maybe, but I do value my life quite a lot. Thank you very much, friends. Alright, but 3 months from now, the moment Prince Balin tells me it's no longer possible for the court to offer you safety without compromising in principles, you're on your own. No negotiations, that's the only deal I can strike with you. Take it or leave it. That's Jake with me, big fella. I might have strong opinions about Pornhub, but hell, I'm sitting on dynamite. I'll take what I can get. Who else in New York would you rather rely on? You want me to call the mayor? My opinion about the prince is not that bad, so do you folks want me for? Who wants you dead? Oh, starting interrogation with a tricky one. Wouldn't I like to know? Step up, Joanna, you seem to be forgetting how quid pro quo works. Wouldn't I like to know wouldn't cut? What can I tell you? The warlock, Agathaniel, whatever his name is, presumed dead. Tamika, MIA, we've assigned her back, so possibly KIA by now. Hope, the cook, hidden in her office under Wonderway's skirt. Around the time they started having trouble with some rough-looking streetwise kindred starting hanging out my usual spots. Didn't take me long to connect the dots. Wait, what is the connection between you and those three? Ever since last year, folks started hiring us for the various gigs. Some even trying to get us to join the coterias. All of these opportunities were rather short-lived. However, the delicate tightrope act with working for various employers made us fully aware. There's Intrasect Alliance NYC. Kindred from both sides often work for the same goals without knowing it. The moment we started figuring out a clean-up crew went downtown. I know the serious warlord boy sniffed something on his own backyard, but then it is speed. And I lost all contact with Hope and Tamika and went AWOL. Hope, they're doing fine, and they didn't snitch on me to anybody. Yeah, and they didn't even tell me you guys knew each other, so I think you're safe. Wait a second. Why are you milking him for an intel, kiddo? I found a list of 4 names on killing remains. You can probably guess what they were. I get the picture, yeah. Christ almighty. I heard it was just a list of freelancers, potential associates, probably prepared by the Carter one way. My money is on him being involved, but I smell bullshit. Have you got any idea who might have done the bossing? Any more clues? Not at all. That's why we want to come in, friend. Investigate the murder scene the way only you know how. Tell us what you think. Guide Julie in the proper direction. Sure, whatever. I will try my best, kiddo. Lead up the way. I'll drive you there, or at least as close as possible. I wouldn't be welcome in the deep in another territory. Just clean yourself up with Johnny. I just had my ops wholly cleaned earlier this week. Быстро мы телепортнулись. Here we are. Swell, a classic closed-up room mystery. Let me take a look. Yo, you're saying you're basically a nobody, but you can simply call Catherine Wees and you have her open sesame and utter creep for you? Donna sure sounds like somebody to me. Don't misunderstand, I only met her during the course of this investigation. Everyone's basically been threatening me like a turd whenever I go. I'm only acknowledged enough to legitimize this sham. Oh, the castle ref. Excuse me? I met the murder on the way. He had a mask like Castlera. Very smooth, he looked like grim. 7 bloodhounds followed him. Poetry. Still don't follow. I never knew the old Irish coot was into Napoleonic era, but then again I have no idea about his exact age. Of course, so maybe that's when he lived, or was born. Anywho. Pay minimal attention to me, alright? Who I'm looking at here? Right, that's one lol Casref born in Robert Stewart. A British Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs at the beginning of the 19th century. Incredibly influential, incredibly hated. Ask one fellow about Casgrave and you need tell you. He was the man who destroyed Napoleon for good. The man who shaped British politics for ages. The man who built the foundations for European unity at Vienna. Ask another fellow, he can tell you he was the man who destroyed the Irish Parliament, the man who cracked down on any possibility of reform, and then supported the cavalry massacring peaceful protesters. I have to say, it's downright perverted for an Irishman to put in Castlereagh's portrait in his office. Definite proof that our victim was sick in the head. As we needed more evidence there. Probably idolized him too. Maybe identified him with either. Yeah, that's possible. Kelly and his arg adore the jackals who strive to reach across the aisles and achieve hard compromises. Too bad nobody else even remembered them well. Yeah, I guess it makes sense for him to have had a role model like that, doesn't it? Oppressing his own people, claiming all their name, then at the end of the day, in the night, and came back in the shitter and he was still on top. Yeah, sure sounds familiar. 200 years later, all these societal changes and still works and the same for us kindred? That's a cheeky thought. Not just the kindred, that's still how its world works, period, kiddo. Napoleon or Bourbon, Restoration, Communism or Capitalism, Parnot or Callion. Once of the bourgeois established themselves, you gotta completely reset the rules for the game. And a few years later, do it again. Again and again until you're dead or deader than dead. And it does sound fine by you, you can always just join the folks like all of us here. Or accept this invisible noose that's getting tied around your neck every single night. Posterity will ne'er serve a noble grave than this. He is light to the bones, cast wrath, stop travelers and peace. Isn't that tampering with the crime scene? Kiddo, as far as I can see, the crime scene has been fucked up 3 times over. Can't really be ruined more than that what it has. I agree, but I looked for the same the last time I was here. But it was already a total mess before you even got here. Whatever. Right, proof. Have you toyed with this? No, in general I avoid machinery like that. It doesn't like me, I don't like it. They don't like it. They don't work properly. It's like I give technology an allergy. Sometimes industrial cameras mess up my face, sometimes I can't use a phone. I think it could be useful, but it's just a curse. I see you. You think these blinds could have been the murder weapon? How so? Let me explain. That day, for some reason, our Steve was just standing there. The sun was rising. Maybe staring at the poor old castle looking like a soulmate to accompany him to the other side. Yet another guy pushed to the suicide by politics. Pretty old school romantic yada yada. Or maybe it was a torpor. Or maybe it was a freak accident. Or maybe it was premeditated. In any case, sunlight would be a perfect murder weapon, no? Well, this is just a theory anyway. Well, that sounds sound. Does it? Because I was just speedballing. It's practically possible to make a certain now, kiddo. The most logical cause of final death would be damage to the heart, and they can easily be done without damage to the skeleton. The safe. Anyone made a crack it yet? As far as I know, only Kelly knew the code. And the safe itself is pretty hard to crack. Watch me, kiddo. Stop clowning around. You're a safe cracker now? You're cursed with a convenience such as mine, and you decide on a job such as mine, you gotta be a jack of all trades. Yeah, but still sounds pretty hard. Last year there was a random fella visiting a heritage museum in Alberta. He found a safe that hasn't been opened in 40 years. Not a single specialist, not even a blacksmith could handle it. The man just studying the numbering, listened closely to the mechanism, and attempted the most sensible combination, and voila! The unthinkable happened. That's where just trusting your instinct leads you. Too bad he found nothing inside but an old page sheet. And looks like we've got the same case here. Confetti. A few random papers scattered around. But for what it's worth, the lock was obvious trace of mechanical manipulation. Probably recent too. Reeks of foul play. But what do we know for sure, really? I'm done here. You can take over. So yeah, kiddo, you probably know the entire beeswax about the Schrödinger's cat, so I'm not gonna bore you with that. But honestly, anything could be happening here. This place is wired. I think I'm okay. I've tried to record my own voice a bunch of times on different hardware just to see if I can. It mostly comes out as a noise. The best strategy would be to make an educated guess about what happened here and interrogate everyone about it. Maybe you'll take someone by surprise, drop a hook on them. The white tap isn't a chip in a broken glass bottle on the floor. Absolutely sure it belongs to Kaiser. Опять Кайзер. Нам чё, Кайзера надо пиздить? I understand. I think I have an idea how to use it to find him. Should I fight Kadir? So yeah, I'll be meeting up with Kadir. You stay here, sister. Maybe there's something you've been missing. You call, doll. You're going beyond his jurisdiction, so he will try to stop you. Whatever you do, just give me a 10 minutes heads up, you know, so I can get relatively safety. Shoot. Back to the sheriff custody for me. See you around, Julia. Sorry, this old colleague could have been more help. Whatever, God has plenty. See you around, the angel. Do you, need me for anything else? Not really, better take a hike before the guy you just called showed up. I can't guarantee he won't make you hurt. Will do. Там это, меняет, используется, чтобы чувак вместо нас по телефону позвонил. А не, мы Кайзеру позвонили. Get the fuck in, Savinsky. You're getting on my nerves, little lady, and I'm far from being the only one. I have no idea what do you mean. No need to play dumb, especially considering you are natural. The odd hole, double spiral, the SI, talks then, how does it feel to have made enemies absolutely everywhere? Listen, I will speak as plainly as humanly possible to get through your little head, since it's obvious you're not willing to read the obvious signals. You were hired for one thing and one thing only, little lady, to suck at your job, and you couldn't even do that correctly. People keep stopping by my limo this week telling me, Kaiser, dear Kaiser, we keep trying to make her understand how hopeless she is, but she just won't get a clue. She doesn't have any evidence, she doesn't have any testimony, but still goes around knocking on everyone's doors, causing disturbances. It's such a fucking headache. Usually I try to be a jovial host, so I cheer them up. She's not that much of the dance, I say. She's making mountains out of molehills to make herself seem useful, I say. She's about to stop. But you in your infinite idiocy decided to prove me wrong in the most spectacular fashion. By knocking on my very own door, forcing my hand, threatening me even. You're autistic or something, huh? Can't read basic fucking social clues? Stop for 1 second and ask yourself, Cubano? Who even fucking wants you to solve anything, let alone this case? See, the city has a delicate system in place. Usually it's flawless, but ever since you started tinkering with it, it's been having those irritating malfunctions and it's driving people. Are you done? Unbelievable. Well, I'm here that you are in possession of some information that might be helpful to solve me the puzzle I was presented with. If that's the case, I'm going to ask you to share it. I swear you're absolutely irredeemable, you fucking garbage dump of a woman. How do I get through all that rubbish in your head to drive my point in? Don't you know who I am? Oh, I know who you are. You once the person who had Callian plans placed for Wyatt, which makes you a possible witness of sort, or even a suspect. Shh, Father Chris shakes woman, get real. Even if your accusation were correct, where, pray tell, would you report them to? Do you even know what kind of people I answer to? No. Care to acquaint us? Is it really what you want? Do you want to know who pulls the strings? Give me 10 minutes and I can arrange meeting. But it's your last chance to turn back. If you don't, I can tell you now, you're going to be sorry. The big kahuna. Finally, now we're talking. Yes, the big kahuna. So, this is your final answer, huh? Absolutely. Unbelievable. I'm just saying, this is the point of no return. My boss doesn't fuck around. Best case, you're going to beg him to take you in. У каждого вампира есть сир. Fine, we are 5 minutes away or so. Get the boys ready to give you the Mel Gibson special. We're 5 minutes away. Better start figuring out the ways you might prove yourself useful to the honcho. Hold up, you stupid fucking cunt. Fucking You'll pay, you'll fucking pay, you lost, mislaid and abandoned property of the woman. You wanted to have me wrecked. So, do you think I'm stupid? You needed to be taught a lesson. Well, would you look at who ended up teaching who? Now talk, tell me everything you know about Callian's final death. All of it. Go to hell, you fucked me up. However bad you want, I'm still not going to tell you shit. You try anything, there will be consequences. There will be retribution. My mouth is shut. И чё за трейд мне дали? The end justifies the means. Well, I'm sure you will open your mouth if I do this. Wait, what? Это я не буду озвучивать. You fucking psycho, you fucking psychotic bitch! You either start talking, or the other leg goes. Then the hands, then I will get creative. I'll talk, I fucking talk! Then talk, but this had better be good. You wanna know who was in Kellyan's office before he died, little lady? Everyone! Fucking everyone and their mothers were there. Wonder where aliens are to the bonnet, that Khmer douche motherfucker talk with his sidekick, all of them. Kellyan thought the only way out was to pit them all against each other, or to ally with every single one of them. Little did he know, it was all in their best interest for him to just fucking die. That's good, that's great, but who killed him? I have no fucking idea. That won't do. You fucking sadist, you fucking monster woman, I really have no fucking idea. Who kept complaining to you about me? Who is responsible for getting rid of the evidence? Everyone! Everyone fucking did! Goddamn Kellyan has dirt on everyone and antagonized everyone, so I took everyone to fucking bring him down. All the evidence is gone, every theory is equally true, none of it is. Don't you see, you fucking cunt? Everyone is complicit, so nobody is. Why the fuck do you think Sophie Langley is no longer around? Why is Tog no longer pretending to be a revolutionary? Why are free agents involved? Why are they shutting you up tomorrow? Shutting me up? Who? Can you connect the dots, you dumb whore? That's what are you, fucking retard? Somebody's about to get... Julia! Bloody hell, what is wrong with you? What are you? You're out of control. This is why I didn't want you to get involved. I had a hunch. A hunch that the moment you get without true power, all brakes will be off. Look, you're talking nonsense. You're out of your damn mind. I should have you in the potential Masquerade breach. Just let me explain myself. This ugly fucker tried to have me beaten. Maybe even killed. Don't you care about that? I had no idea, Sheriff. No idea. She's dangerous, psychotic. Shut the fuck up. My fucking leg! Stop this right now, you goddamned idiot! I will take care of you in a moment. In my car, Kaiser. Hold on. Not done with questioning him yet. It looks like there is a major conspiracy too. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, and you're gonna be glad I leave it at all. If you do that, I'm gonna have to assume you're complicit. That's worth 2 strikes in my book. You don't want to risk a third. So what's that? Tell me. That was all my footwork in for? We'll be seeing each other, little lady. Can you hear this? Go home, Julia. But... go home. Fine. I will.